Welcome, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover, and it's proudly sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club. And we've got the collaboration by Raga. And today we're joined again by Coach Eddie. I'm going to do a Wembley Riyadh season fight card review and also review some of the latest boxing that's happened recently. Welcome, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral. Yeah, first of all, we're going to talk about last night. Well, this morning. Canelo versus Edgar.
Not me, but you know.
Edgar Berlanga.
Berlanga, yeah.
So how did you see the fight?
You know what? Edgar showed that obviously he's at that level. He done well against Canelo, but Canelo's a world-class boxer. It's hard to beat this guy, and every punch he throws with bad intention. But in fairness, Edgar done well. He got knocked down by the left hook, I believe. Was it the left hook? Yeah, left hook in the third. He knocked down. I think it was a bit frustrated when he got knocked down, but it is what it is. He's like, damn it, But you got to be alert, especially if you're gonna be inside. If you're gonna fight inside of Canelo, you got to be very careful because he's an all-round boxer. Yeah, and I just think that Canelo's just done a bit more, but. However, Edgar really showed heart. He was hurt a couple of times. He came back, and gave Canelo a fight. He didn't. It wasn't a pushover. He gave Canelo a fight. He tried his best. But I'm sure that it's a learning curve for him. And I think even though he lost, I think he's happy that I was in there with Canelo, and I was able to stay there for the rounds, and I've done the best I could. So I think that Edgar's got a bright future ahead of him, honestly. That performance against Canelo showed that he's got heart, showed that he's got wits, he's got good boxing skills, and he shows that he's willing to scrap as well if need be. He didn't back away too much. He stayed in the pocket more times, and even though when Canelo was hurting him, and he still stayed in the pocket and was still throwing punches. So for me, he had good heart, and sometimes it's not always about the skills, about the heart and the mindset. Yeah, and he was in there. He was determined. He was talking to Canelo a few times and saying something in Spanish, which I don't know what you're saying to him, but saying certain things. So it shows that he's very enthusiastic about fighting. So I like that. I like him. He's got good character, and I definitely want to see him again with someone. Yeah.
So one thing I'll say, because I thought he was going to get knocked out between 3 and 6, and a lot of people was thinking it was going to be around 5, around 6.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting going on and on, I'm like, when he got knocked down in the third, I got so there we go.
Yeah. It's cooking him.
But he was very stubborn, and what he showed me is the best I've seen him throwing his jab, because normally he's not a jabber.
He doesn't throw. Yeah.
Hooking and trying to knock guys out.
Yeah.
Obviously he knows he ain't knocking Canelo out, but he was using a lot of whips. He was dipping low.
Yeah, different looks.
He wasn't very adventurous with his power punches, but obviously he's got to be cautious because he's dealing with, as he said, it was his idol. And he said that he was upset with the fact that the first time he got to meet Canelo is that at a press conference where he's signed to fight him, he wanted to meet him like as a fan and tell him like, you're my idol, I was watching you since I was a kid. But the first time he's had to meet him is when they fight. So it hurt him that he's had to start like cussing him and stuff. Like He's got to G himself up because
you have to
be in idle mode, otherwise he's just going to freeze. Get knocked out. So he had to look at him like he's not even him. So afterwards, obviously, he embraced him, said, "You're my watched since I was a kid. You're a legend." He said he feels like he's got Mexican in him, hence he shows so much determination, because we know there's a fierce rivalry between Mexicans and Puerto Ricans in boxing.
Yeah, of course.
It's Puerto Rico is actually ahead when they've won 100 and they've won 100 and something, and Mexicans won 72. I forgot the stats, but I saw it and I was like, whoa. So Puerto Rico's actually ahead in the clash.
Yeah, of course.
Mexico has 185 world champions and Puerto Rico has 51 world champions in the history of boxing. But
Yeah.
Puerto Rico's a lot smaller than
That's the thing.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico's
but in
bigger.
the actual battle, Puerto Rico's ahead in fight. Obviously, Canelo's added one notch, but Puerto Rico's still ahead. So yeah, I think he's got a bright future. A lot of people are saying they can see him against. They want to see Edgar against Caleb Plant. Or, David Benavides or Christian and Billy. In the future, and I think
he should definitely. He's got a bright future. He should definitely. He showed on the fight last night or early hours this morning that he can definitely mix. I mean, I think he learned a lot. If he fights someone like Canelo, I'm sure he's learned, and that will give him confidence. Say, you know what, I fought the best, so I should be able to do well against these other guys. So yeah, he shows hard. Like he was using his jab. I think he had no choice. You know, because he mimics Canelo a lot in terms of the way he fights, but Canelo he's the original. And so when it came down to he had to jab, he had to box that a few times because you're not gonna beat Canelo at Canelo.
and one good thing he said that it's like he said he lost tonight, but he feels he's learned a lot, and it's sort of similar to when Canelo fought Floyd.
Yes,
he got
from that time.
But since that,
he
just went 2.0.
Yeah.
And now he's the he was pound for pound number one at one point. He's had what, 68 fights, nearly 70 fights.
When did he fight Mayweather? What year was that again? 2013?
2013, about that, yeah.
And then from there he didn't lose until he lost against Bivol. And how long was that when Bivol was like last year or the year before?
No, about 2 years ago.
No, like 2022, right?
Yeah.
So for nearly 10 years I was unbeaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it shows.
He's gone through the weights, and undisputed. Super middleweight, one light heavyweight against Kovalev, knocking out Kovalev. So yeah, Edgar, you've made a sport of me. People are saying, oh, I saw Zab Judah and some people putting a bit of extras on it, like, oh, it's the best fight I've seen in years. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Jaime Munguia landed more punches against Canelo.
Yeah.
And Caleb Plant did better against Canelo.
Yeah, of course.
More rounds, even though he got knocked out in the 11th.
Yeah.
He put up a bit of fight.
Yeah, he done more punches definitely.
What's his name? Caleb Plant. He was in a mad fight with that McCumbee guy,
the moustache thing.
He looked like Nathan Heaney. He got dropped himself. He got dropped another time, but the ref said it was like a slip. He kind of crumbled. Then he managed to stop him in the 8th. So that'd be a good fight, him and Edgar, I think.
Definitely.
In the future.
Yeah. Listen, Edgar's got my attention in that fight, and I'll definitely want to see him fight more. And I believe that with the Canelo fight, he's learned a lot, and he's got to go in there with learning a lot, and I think he's got to understand on what to do with someone that fights like Canelo, because it's not easy fighting someone like Canelo. It's not easy. It's a very difficult fight for him. But he showed he stayed there till 12 rounds. So, and very stubborn guy, and that's what I like.
Yeah, is that Brooklyn?
I like that stubborn. I like stubborn people. Like he's. I know you're beating me up, but I'm not gonna go down without a fight. So that's what I saw last night. So, big up Edgar, man. Yeah, all the Edgars are tough people, man.
So also on the chief support, did you watch Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia?
Yeah.
What did you think of that fight? Because that was that was a bit of a mad fight.
It was a good fight. Garcia's obviously, he's one of my favorite fighters. He done well. What do you think of the fight? What did you think?
I just think Danny's done. He's jumped up 2 weights from his original weight.
You think that's
inactivity as well?
That's the thing.
Erislandy Lara's inactive and he's 41, nearly 42, but he's got the Cuban skills, and as we know, Cuban skills does carry you for a long way, like Ortiz. He's still got the skills that carries them through a lot. Like Rickendall was old as well. Yeah. But so that is always going to sort of prevail, and he's got a 75-inch reach for his height. Very long arms, Lara. Southpaw, Danny Garcia, he's a man who's always known to sort of look for the left foot, not really got skills, not really got a big output.
Just got heart and desire and that,
had a chin, but obviously inactivity and age.
Yeah, that's what happens.
He got dropped by a straight left foot, didn't look like.
Yeah, it's inactivity, you know. That's what happens, you know, in boxing. There's plus age as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inactivity and age, you're not gonna have the same punch resistance as before, and you know, you just get caught by little shots. And I won't say little shots because I'm not in there to say it's little shots, but you know,
I've seen him be hit with bigger shots.
Yeah, we've all seen him with bigger shots, but like I said, it happens. You know what I mean? You know, the age is a factor. How old is he now? 41.
No, Dan Garcia's 36, but he's an old 36 because remember he's been with Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Aaron
Yeah. There you go. So
he's been in the wars.
Yeah. So what's happened is that he's not old, but he's old 36 over the wars and the mileage. So the punches he's taken has taken a lot out of him, so it's made him older.
Yeah.
So I don't know his future. He just needs to be more active. But what more can we expect from him? Really, that's the problem.
Do you think it was the right decision for his dad to pull him out?
Yeah, definitely. Because at the end of the day, boxing it's a dangerous sport, and you got to think about the health of your boxer, especially if you're the father of in your scene. You're like, you know what, you know how your son is, you know how he used, and you're seeing him, he's not the same, or he's taking unnecessary punches. You know, for the you know, remember the boxers in there to box. You as a coach, as a father, have to make that decision. You know, to pull him out. That's the whole point. You know, and I think he saw his son one at his best, and he just said, you know what, let me just pull him out. You know, to save him from himself. It's one of those things. But
sometimes you do need that father compassion because your dad's, you know, they've had a great run as father and son.
Of course,
World champion.
Of course.
And you don't want to see your son punchy.
No, you don't. You definitely don't want to do that. And if I was in this position, I would do the same thing, especially when you know how your son, you know what he's capable of, and you know, and then you're seeing him in this situation, like, something's not right. So let me just put him out, you know, to save himself. So you got to make that decision. You know?
Last night I was like, oh, dad's a punk. But then I thought if I'm a dad and I know my son's, I've seen him take some haymaker dingers.
Exactly. He's just eating them. Like,
he's just been hit by this left foot.
And then he's not, and he's going down. That means he's not the same. That means it's not the same fight that you knew.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
It's the same fight you raised.
Yeah, you know, as a coach, you know that, right? You, coach, father, whatever, you know, as your fighter, when you see your fighter, you know that, okay, if someone's going down by I can't say little punches, but certain punches that he'll be able to handle, and he can't handle it no more, you have to really consider, say, maybe something's not right with him, and maybe I just need to stop it. Then obviously they got to really sit down and assess him. Should he continue, or should he? You know, you have to really make it, because you know you have to think about his health. He's been world champion. He's done a lot in his career, so you know he's got nothing much to prove.
No,
you know.
I think by the post-fight interview with them too, I think they're going to call it a day. And they've had a great run. I would definitely call it a day.
Knockouts,
he was in Puerto Rico, knocked out Amir Khan, splattered him with a left hook. Man, he's had a good career. There's no shame in that.
There's no shame in that. So I think he should. It's not for my decision to say to him to retire, but it's definitely consider. Because if that performance, the way he was performing, and he's deteriorating, as we can see, you know, it doesn't get any better at times.
Yeah.
You know.
So for Lara, you know, nearly 42. WBA middleweight champion still. Where do you think he goes next? Because I've always thought, why doesn't someone like Chris Eubank Jr. try and fight him, or maybe the winner of Hamza Shiraz versus my boy Tyler Denny, try and go for him next, because he's got a world title. Yeah, you know, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh can get him Lara and Riyadh season against Hamza Shiraz, they want Hamza to win this. Yeah, and he's that ambassador for Riyadh season.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So do you think that he should?
Yeah, definitely. Hamza Shiraz should definitely go for it, or Chris Eubank Jr. I think those two will be good. It's all up to. I think it depends on the Excellency if you can make that happen. And I'm sure we're at a time where we can make these fights happen. It's not that difficult no more. It's really not that difficult. It's just about So it's all about talking and making negotiation. I don't think it's that difficult no more. So it'll be nice to. I think Chris Eubank, because you know I like him. It'll be good for him to go for it and get and get that title off him, because obviously you know he's 41, 42. And this is the best time to get him right now, you know, because you know he's getting older. Although he's still skillful, I think these young guns could, like Chris could definitely, potentially take him out.
I think Chris would as well.
Yeah.
So another fight which is highly anticipated on the Wembley card is Willie Hutchinson from Joshua Buatsi. We were talking in the last episode about Danny Dubois and Danny Joshua's gloves are off. But
Yeah.
that one was another one that,
Oh yeah, yes. That one.
AJ Dubois was threatening.
Yeah, but they got physical.
Actually,
You got physical, and I've never seen Joshua Buatsi like that. He's more like a humble guy.
just business.
Yeah, but like I said, it's fighting game, innit? And that's one of the fights I'm looking forward to, because that one was intense. Like, I want to see that fight, But they're both good fighters. They're both at their peak right now. He fought, obviously fought Craig, and Craig came a bit short. But it's not. He switches around. The southpaw, so he's a switcher. So it's very difficult to fight people like and to read them.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to prepare for someone like that. He's very awkward.
Yes.
He's an awkward fighter. Just awkward. I think. I don't know about that fight. I think Buatsi. I've got a favourite Buatsi. I think that he's an all-round good boxer. He's gone better. He had a good fight against Craig, and I think that was a good fight between them two. And it's all he needs to do is just basically be first.
Yeah.
Be first. Just have to be first in that fight. Don't allow my guy to try and come and obviously win a few rounds. I think Buatsi needs to be first. Dictate the fight. Put him in his back foot if he can, and just dictate the fight, and then that's how he wins the fight. It's not going to be easy because you got someone that's very awkward, but dictate that fight. Stand in the ring, push him back, and that's how he wins the fight.
Yeah. So I think one of the reasons Joshua Buatsi did get annoyed with Willie Hutchinson in that gloves are off.
Yeah.
Speaking to Dwayne Sinclair, who was on, and he said that because the way he obviously heard about what Willie Hutchinson was saying to Craig, the racial undertones and stuff like that, the microaggressions, and then the way he was like trying to talk to Buatsi, run his mouth. Buatsi was saying sort of like what AJ was saying, like relax yourself.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have a little trash talk. But
there's no need to go like
line, like calling him a fool, an idiot, I knocked you out in sparring. Or beat you up in sparring, whatever. And obviously that's when he said, all right, the camera's off now. Yeah. And what he's saying, and obviously he got into the
Yeah.
But it seems like what Dwayne is like. They said they can feel. A lot of people they say they can feel the energy from this guy. Yeah. They feel he's got a bit of EDL kind of spirit to him. Yeah. And the Hutchinson, he's from Scotland. Yeah. He's got I don't know if people, you should look up the history of Lewis Hutchinson from Scotland. And his brothers. What was it? George and David Hutchinson. So look into that, and you kind of see what potential lineage this brother's sort of why he's got that energy towards certain kind of man. Yeah. But it was satisfying to see my yard man Lennox Clark knock him out before. I just hope that Joshua Buatsi brings that Nanny of the Maroon spirit into the ring next week and mashes him up. So I'm rooting for
Joshua. Like I said, there's no in boxing. I'm very against racism. There's no room for racism in boxing. Boxing is a sport that unites everyone together. And if we got people that are ignorant like that, that got that sort of mindset, then I'm never gonna be for them, whether they're black or white. But like I said, I think it's a fighting game, and some people need to wind the other person up to get themselves started. It is what it is. But I think Buatsi, it's a good thing what he's done, and if that's the case, this is the truth of what, because I read up on them as well, and I heard, and I've seen, what the lineage and what they're about. And my thing is that I think it's good for Buatsi, that will give him certain motivation. Then he's probably got to be more motivated now than any other fight, knowing the situation of Hutchinson. And and I want him to beat him because I'm, Craig's my guy and he beat Craig and that hurt me. So I kind of want Buatsi to revenge for Craig. So that's me personally talking, and I'm not scared to say it. I think Craig could have beaten him, just you know what I mean. And I still want Craig to have a rematch and beat this guy.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah.
So, but put aside, he's a good boxer. He switches. He's awkward. He's an awkward fighter.
He's got a good arsenal of punches.
He's got good skills. He's got good skills.
Good combination.
Combination,
decent power.
Decent power. He's quite hard and he's good. And put aside of who he is, look at his boxing skills. And he's got heart, and he's got to bring the fight. He's a stubborn guy as well. He's got to bring the fight to Buatsi. But I just think Buatsi just got a better boxing IQ, and I know Buatsi is, because of the situation of the disrespect in the guy, it's got to be more motivated to end this guy out. You know what I mean? Because Buatsi's a nice guy, but at the same time he can fight, and you've just basically lightened something up. Right? I know that now Buatsi's got the desire to knock him out. You've pissed him off now, so it's good to be pissed off. It's good. We need that. You need that in boxing sometimes. So I hope Buatsi stops him.
Yeah, and then also last we'll talk about next month. The main event for October the 12th is Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. Right now, Craig Richards is out in Canada.
Yeah, he's out there, isn't it?
Sparring with Beterbiev, so I mean.
It's funny, I was watching that when he was fighting. I've watched it just before I came here when he fought Riyadh. And I watched that fight and I just studied. I'm like, this guy. I just looked at the way he is. He's got a lot of strength in him. He's strong guy, and he's actually very smart as a boxer. When I looked at him with anything, Yard done well. Yeah. But he's a sly boxer. Like if you get him against the rope, he has a way of switching and getting you against the ropes. Yeah, that's what I was watching. I think he's good at that. He's a tough guy, and Yard done well against him, but he's just a tough guy. But I just think that Bivol's footwork's way too much for him. Yeah. Bivol's footwork is going to be a problem.
His last, he was there.
Yeah.
It's Malik Zanad.
Bivol, yeah. He fought. Was it? Who did he fight?
Malik Zanad. The same when it was.
Yeah. You know what? No, he fought. Who did he fight before that? It was Arthur. Yeah.
Lyndon Arthur.
Yeah, that was.
That was
the Joe. That's it. Yeah.
The Herkovich one.
Yeah.
He fought Malik Zanad.
Yeah. It's fought. Yeah. So I just think the footwork of Bivol is gonna make him win the fight against Beterbiev. But however, it's gonna be one of Bivol's toughest challenge.
Yes.
It's gonna be one of the tough. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. It's gonna be very difficult. Beterbiev I was just trying to study his fight today to see any weaknesses or what he has, and I don't see any weaknesses. And there's no weaknesses in Bivol. But we've seen Bivol being rocked a few times and etc. But there's just no weaknesses. No weaknesses in Beterbiev. I don't know.
Yeah.
You just have to box him, man. Use your feet work, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into a mini penultimate round. Just get your predictions on certain fights. So we're going to go through the two main sort of cards. All right. So Mark Chamberlain, hit that bell. Sorry, Mark Chamberlain or Josh Padley?
Mark Chamberlain.
Yeah. Joshua Buatsi or Willie Hutchinson?
Buatsi all the way.
Anthony Kakachi or Josh Warrington?
Anthony, I'll go with Anthony.
Yeah. Tyler Denny versus Hamza Shiraz.
Hamza Shiraz.
Danny Dubois, Anthony Joshua.
No English. No comprende.
The other fight in the card got stopped. Liam Smith had to pull out of a virus against Josh Kelly.
We'll come back to that when the fight's announced.
Yeah, whatever that gets rescheduled.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go with the October card.
Yeah.
1 second. So, I don't even know this Muhammad guy. All right, Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron.
Ben Whittaker.
Sky Nicholson versus Raven Chapman.
Sky Nicholson.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
It's a tough, yeah.
Chris Eubank Jr. Versus Camel Zerameta.
Yeah, Chris Eubank Jr. all the way.
Fabio Wardley versus Fraser Clark.
Ooh. You know what? Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Fraser. I just feel that Fraser. I feel that he just has something in him. I just feel like he can pull this off. I think that he's got good boxing IQ, and I like his mindset. And I just think Fraser has learned a lot from that fight, and because he came to the camp as well, sparring Daniel, and he looked good as well. And that sparring was good as well. It was very, very competitive sparring, and it showed me that he's ready to beat Fabio. Okay. Even though I like Fabio as a boxer as well, but
yeah, I like Fabio because he's from my second city, Ipswich.
Your people's, yeah.
Yeah. Jaya Patai versus Jack Massey.
Jaya Patai.
Yeah, but big up Jack Massey for getting that shot. He's done well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol.
Yeah, I say I'll go with Bivol. I just feel like the Bivol's just got just a bit more polished in terms of boxing skills, and I just think he's got better feet work, and I think his feet work is going to help him. And I think he'll go by points. I don't think he'll be able to knock out Beterbiev, but Beterbiev can potentially knock him out because of the way he fights. But I just think that Bivol will win by points or outscore him. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, and then last fight, even though we'll probably talk about it close to the time, the rematch of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Sorry, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury because he's the man now.
Yeah, he's a new champion. Yeah.
So who you got in the rematch?
That's a really good question. At one point, I thought that Fury could probably win this. You know what I mean? Because I think Fury could have won the fight. I think he just kind of lost focus, and I can't even say he lost focus. He just switched off a little bit, and Usyk, because at one point he did hurt Usyk with an uppercut, and he was kind of looking like he was having fun, maybe too much fun. If I'll be honest with you, I want Fury to win. Yeah, because obviously Fury is a Brit, and it'll be good for him to win the fight, bring the belts back to Britain, and then hopefully fight with a potential the winner of Daniel and AJ. That'll be good because yeah. So it'll be good to we want the
Wembley show.
Yeah. So I want the belts to stay in Britain, obviously. But however, I've got to keep it real. I just feel that Usyk is. I just think that Usyk will beat him. I just think that as much as Fury has learned from the fight, I think Usyk has learned more. Yeah. Because I think Usyk didn't know what to expect. I think now Usyk kind of knows what to do in there.
And he knows how to catch him.
He knows how to, because what he wasn't too sure what to do in the beginning. Yeah, he didn't know what to do in the beginning, but what I saw, he adapted as the rounds went on. And what was smart about him was the calculated pressure. The feet work, the feints are amazing, but I just think what he started punching with Tyson. Yeah. That's what made him successful, started punching with Tyson. Because before he was just taking the shots and my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. And he realized that this ain't gonna work with my turn, your turn. I got to punch with the guy. Yeah. So, and the thing is that, sometimes Tyson, well, we'll see how it goes. I just think that Usyk stops him. I hope not, but if I put try not to be biased and just be in a neutral corner and look at the fight, I just think he stops him.
I just think Usyk's the man of this era. And as you said, punching with him, he's got shorter arms, quicker hands. Anytime he did try to, I noticed when he did rock him, Tyson was trying to throw him. When you've got long arms,
you can't
to get extended. Usyk just
Usyk is a smart fighter, man. He's too.
He's doing some funny training as well, but it works. I see him doing this thing where he's sort of cycling in the water. Recently.
Yeah.
That looks like that will hurt. That will definitely strengthen your legs.
Yeah, strengthen. And you know, people say that Usyk is a big guy. Usyk is like 6'3", 6'4".
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah. He's got size, and you know, he's not like, I don't know why he's talking about small middleweight. He's not. He's actually a big guy, and it shows. And you know, when you've gone in there knowing that you've rocked someone, you could have gone down. It's going to give you a lot of confidence going in there. You're like, oh, no, I've hurt this guy, and I can hurt this guy. So I know what to do now. So I feel that, you know, Usyk probably stop him, you know. Hopefully not. Like I said, again, I want Fury to win. But realistically, it's not going to happen. Usyk wins the fight. Stoppage by stoppage.
Good. All right, well, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, come on, bro. Anytime, man, bro. Come on, champ. Anytime, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll do this, man.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. It's the breakdown of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover. We're joined by Coach Eddie. And remember, guys, persistence beats resistance. You know where it is.
Let's go, champ.